welcome to another video. Today I just wanted to do a quick little review of A Darker Shade of Magic because, hold your horses, I absolutely smashed it and finished it in my May wrap up. Yeah, May wrap up and June TBR. I said that it had taken me a couple of months to only get like halfway and that in June I was absolutely gonna smash it, and I did. So there we go, I finished it. Thank the Lord, finally. I probably have some explaining to do for how long it took me to read this book because it did take me like 2.5 months. Maybe just under 2.5 months, but a long time. It wasn't quick for me, and one of the main reasons for that was I was reading it towards the end of April, and then beginning of May, A Court of Wings and Ruin came out, and obviously I'm A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury and A Court of Wings and Ruin trash, so this just got left. So I put it down and I read A Court of Wings and Ruin straight away. Then I got into a total Prithian slump, and rather than picking this up again, I then reread A Court of Thorns and Roses and just got myself into a really deep hole of I am trash and can't cope. But I've dragged myself out of that and I did finish it this month. I really do want to say that although it took me a really long time to read, that does not mean at all that I did not enjoy this book, because I did. This book is pretty much everything I look for in a book in terms of like magic and world building and wonderful characters, etc, etc. I loved it. I loved the worlds. I loved the characters, I loved the writing, but I didn't doubt I would with V E Schwab. I loved it through and through, and I didn't really doubt that I would because it's blurbed saying like reminiscent of Neil Gaiman, the natural successor to Diana Jones, and I love both of them through and through as well, so I really didn't doubt that I was going to love this. And I did. It just took me a while because I got myself into a Prithian slump. And that can't be helped, but that's not this book's fault at all, and I really, really loved it. If you don't know what this book is about, which I presume most of you probably do, it's about a world traveller called Kel, who is one of the last of his kind who can make doors between 4 parallel worlds, and in each of these parallel worlds is a parallel London, so there's Red London, White London, Grey London and Black London, and he gets himself wound up in a little bit of trouble and could potentially destroy all 4 parallel worlds. But you know, stuff happens. He is of a magical sort and he gets wrapped up with a girl who's not of a magical sort, and she is badass. I loved her. That's Delilah Bard. She was fantastic. But they kind of tag team to save the world. And I loved it. I really, really loved it. I loved Lila's character, and I have heard that a couple of people don't, and I don't understand that. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Bags. I don't understand how you couldn't love Lila, but I did, and I loved Kel, and I don't want to talk too much more about anything in terms of non-spoilers because I just want to get into the spoilers, but I really did like it. I loved the writing, I loved the world, I loved the characters, and there's not much else I can say. So, spoilers, here we go. The ending I was not happy with at all. I wanted Kel and Lila to end up staying together. I mean, I know obviously like a romantic relationship isn't going to develop that quickly. They've just saved the world together and stuff, and they did share a kiss just for luck. But I didn't want him to just send her packing and I'd be like, I'll cope. And I mean, obviously there's 2 more books, so I feel they're going to get pulled together again. But I was not happy with the way he just sent her off and she was just okay with it and was like, yeah, I'll go and find a boat or something. I didn't like that. I wanted them to stay together. And for him to like invite her back in to the palace and stuff and just be nice. But not that he wasn't nice, but I wanted them to stay together and they didn't. I did feel sorry for Holland in the end. Obviously throughout it he was a bit of an ass. But when he kind of let Kel kill him, and I was like, you poor little thing, because obviously he was trapped in the mindset that he was by the White London King. But I did feel sorry for him, and it's a shame that he had to die, but it served the cause, I suppose. They sent him into Black London with the stone, so it worked. I really loved Rai, the prince. I would like to see more of him. I kind of liked how his attitude came out towards Lila a bit. He was a bit like, oh, she's a bit of something, isn't she? And Lila, being herself, was like, hey, I don't care if you're the prince. If you touch me, I'll chop your hands off. I'm also very curious to see, I don't know if it was resolved or not, but she took the outfit from the merchant thing and they said, oh yeah, you'll pay us back later. Did she pay them back later? Or is that going to come into play later? I don't know. Did she actually pay that woman back? Or will she pay that woman back? I don't know. I definitely see a romance blossoming between Kel and Lila, and I'm all for that. I think they make an adorable couple, so I'm all for that to progress, which I really hope it does, because when they shared that little kiss I was like, oh, that's so cute. I did give it a 4-star rating. I haven't said that yet. I did give it 4 stars, only because although I loved it, it clearly didn't hook me enough for me to read it quickly. Clearly didn't hook me enough for me to not put it down. Like, I found it easy to put it down, and I feel like that could possibly be thanks to the many parts. So this book is split into chapters but parts, and each part has about five chapters-ish. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, part 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, part 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, however many, etc. And that does make for very small chapters. So in one way, the small chapters mean I'm more likely to keep going, because I'll think, oh, the next one's only 3 pages, I'll read that one. Oh, the next one's only 2 pages, I'll read that one. Oh, then I'll finish the part, because that's only 4 pages away. But then when I got to the end of a part, I found it then very easy to put down. Also, the multiple perspectives I liked, because I liked both Kel and Lila, and I don't think there was one that I necessarily liked more over the other, but I think the alternating perspectives also made it quite easy to find natural breaks in the book and put it down. So I think that's not really a fault of the book, it's more my pacing issues. I found it easy to put it down, which is more my problem than the book's, but that is the reason why I'm giving it a 4-star rating, even though everything else I absolutely loved. And I feel like maybe if I did in future read it again when I'm not in a horrible Prithian slump, then it might do better for me. Gonna leave it at that. If you want to see more of this book in more detail, then I will link G's book diary, because she chose this book for her book in a jar for April, and she recorded herself reading it as she always does. So if you want to see more in-depth looking at this book, then go and watch her book diary, which I will link. If you have read this book, then chat to me down in the comments about it, obviously. And yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. If you have enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, chat to me down in the comments, and if you fancy subscribing, I'm always eternally grateful for that. I'll see you next time. Bye!